Okay. Um, do my makeup. Hi. Welcome to the stream. Oh, I am getting ready. Today we're doing like a Valentine's Day baking stream or something. I'm not too sure what we're gonna do yet. I may have farted. Ew. Ew, you're so disgusting. No, farting is actually healthy, I heard. I heard it's like unhealthy to hold in your fart. God, I pumped foundation on my hand. Got it everywhere. Alright, hello guys. I am doing my makeup on stream while talking to you guys. Oh, the chat's so small. Hi, hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. How are you today? I'm good. I'm actually really good. I had to do some organizing because I lost my car keys, and then I found them, and it was underneath my kitchen island. Like somehow, I guess it fell off the table. I don't know, but I finally found it after some organization, and we're good. Today, I literally just, yeah, all day in my apartment, chilling. I hear the Super Bowl is going on, so how is that? Anyone into sports? I sure am not into watching it as much as I'm into. Hello, hello, hello. At least they weren't in the fridge. Surprisingly, I actually checked the fridge. That's how. Oh my god! So I'm testing out this new product, and I actually really like it. But oh my god, I got it in my eye today. It's like the Super Goop oil. It's like a basically sunscreen, but in oil form. Because I just wanted to see, because my cheeks have been becoming really dry lately. So then I wanted to try this new oil sunscreen, like a sunscreen oil. And I really like it, but oh my god, it is kind of tricky to work with because it's an oil. So it gets everywhere, and when it gets into your eyeballs, oh my god, it stings. Um, yeah, this Valentine's outfit I got from Cider, like a really, really cheap clothing store. Yeah, I got it. I've worn it once before on stream, but I pulled it out again today for the Valentine's Day themed stream with Jamie. Um, yeah. Anyways, God, I got so much foundation in my hair. It was an accident. I messed up. Up real hard. What are you doing for Valentine's? We're doing a baking stream, I think, at Jamie's. A baking stream. Heart cake? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what we're actually planning to bake, but I think we're just gonna go with the flow. Amy and I are professionals at going with the flow. Why do you look like Aria? I am Aria, you weirdo. I am Aria. What? What do you mean by that? M97, thank you so much for the 10 months. Thank you. How are you? I'm good. I am doing great. Today we are going to do a short stream before I go head over to Jamie's place. I don't know how bad the traffic's gonna be because it's like Super Bowl. Where is the Super Bowl? Where in LA is it? I don't even know. But regardless, I have to be the one driving, so I'm a little nervous. There's gonna be like crazy traffic and stuff. How's your weekend? My weekend was good. To be honest, I don't really pay attention to the days of the week anymore. For me, a Monday is just as good as a Sunday. Like I don't really know the difference because I've been kind of, you know, going to the beat of my own drum for so long now. I don't really see the days any differently. Distraught Doom, thank you so much for the 5 months. Glad to see you're feeling better. Yes, yes. Me too. Me too. Hopefully it stays this way, knock on wood. Doesn't LA always have traffic? Yeah, it does. POV dating simulation AriaSaki tomorrow. Yeah, kind of. I don't want to call it that because I don't want people to, misinterpret anything. It is a it's casual. It's a non paras no, it's a non parasocial Valentine's Day date simulation. Don't find thank you so much for the 10 months. Guys, oh yeah, also Frick. So my last stream on this setup, I remember saying, "Oh yeah, I'll add that to my wish list," and I don't remember what it is. I don't remember. I don't know if any of you guys would remember, but like I remember saying I would specifically add something to my wish list because I needed it, and now I don't know what it is. Anyways, I was figuring out my wish list today, adding some new things, adding some organization things that I think I may need. But yeah. Gym gloves! Oh my god, Spelunky, you already have a sub. I was gonna gift you a sub, but thank you. That gym gloves. I need to put on gym. You are brain good. My brain no good. I can't believe I forgot that. Let me do gym gloves. Yes. Why do I feel like gym gloves are still gonna give me calluses? Oh, don't you still need to like go against your... I don't know. I'll try it. We'll see though. Jojopa, thank you so much. Thank you. Dolphine, thanks for the 10 months. But Jojopa, thank you so much for the 10. 5 gifted subs. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Which one should I get? Probably the ones that allow my fingers to be exposed. Right? The one if it's not exposed, I feel like that's gonna be really, really, really sweaty. Size is... got a bunch of stuff that I think I need. Things I decided, okay, you know what? I could put some beauty items on here too. I can refresh. I don't know. Yeah. I just... Hogger's Lost Ark. Yes, soon. Soon. After I finish my makeup. Should I go... Should I do... I always do natural makeup. Should I go all out today? I'm kind of lazy though. I feel like... I'll make it a little pinky. Little pinky. Hi, hello. Hi, everybody. How are you guys? I need to play some music. Today's a music kind of day. Do you have a favorite exercise? Not really. Oh! I mean, I like cardio. Cardio is something I can keep on doing without complaining. I hate doing weights. Nothing more than I hate. Nothing more I hate. My English is broken. What am I playing? Let's play some animes. Oh. You guys hear it? I just find cardio more fun. Weights are hard. They really are. They're hard and they create calluses, and I hate calluses. Lord Vader, thank you so much for the 4 months. Thank you, thank you. The mic cut off some. Oh, right. Yeah, so the mic is set that it has like, it has, what's the word? A noise gate. I need to fix that. Let me see. Here we go. Huh. Weird. So it doesn't say that I have the filter on right now, but for some reason. Oh. Oh, okay. There. How about that? Okay, I think I fixed it. Okay, should be good now. Hello, hello. I am doing my makeup for today. My goodness. Oh, I drew my brows a little thick. You know, thick brows are kind of cute. Gives you a more youthful look. I'll fix it a little bit, but my delivery is here. One second. Doing dinners at Jamie's, probably. One sec. Oh, I feel so sluggish. Hello. Okay. I'm good. Are there gonna be drops for Lost Ark? No, unfortunately, I don't got that. But that's okay. My right eye is always so problematic. Ugh. Every time I put something in there, it stings. Hello. I'm just finishing my makeup now, so. Sneeze with no warning at all. It's hard to warn that you're sneezing sometimes, you know? It just comes up. Hello, welcome to the stream. Welcome. I am currently finishing up my makeup and then we'll be good to go. Do you enjoy cooking or gaming streams more? I enjoy anything. Just, it's always different. It depends on what my mood is, to be honest. feel like I am the definition of being mood dependent. I'm not really good at like pushing things through, because I feel like you'll just know that I'm upset, or you'll just know I'm not having a good time. You know? My eyeballs, they stinging. They not happy. Eyes hurt. Why do they hurt today so much? I don't know. Are you enjoying Lost Ark? I never really started for real. But today's the day I start, maybe. Probably. I don't know. I should put on lashes, I think. But I'm so lazy. Should I do it? One thing I don't like about lashes is they kind of weigh down my eyeballs, and I actually get tired wearing them. I get more tired throughout the day. For real. Okay, where's my... Or... Where is it? Oh, here it is. To seal. Okay, we're good. Only character creation was done. Olive, thank you so much for the 3 months. Thank you, thank you. I am going Bard. I like going support classes the most when I play MMOs. Yeah. What was I gonna say? You have such a nice speaking voice. What? Really? I hate my voice. I always think my voice is like kind of low, but at the same time kind of high. I don't know. I don't know my voice. But thanks. All right. We can talk about stuff before I start. I could just jump into Lost Ark, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not feeling it. I feel like I'm not feeling it because I'm not playing with any friends. But yeah, your low voice is actually relaxing. Thanks. What are you using for your brows? Oh, like this thing? It's one of my favorite products. This is the Can Make Lasting Multi-Brow Coat. But there's another brand that I use that's really amazing too. But it's basically just like top coat, but for your brows. Or I use it on my mascara too, but advise you do not get this stuff in your eyes. Do not. But anyways, it's basically kind of like a top coat that prevents it from melting off or rubbing off, because I touch my bangs a lot or my forehead gets really oily sometimes, and then that makes my eyebrow makeup go away really fast. But to use this product, it prevents that from happening. It's really good. Oh, you guys are so sweet. You guys are so nice. What was the brand? This brand is Can Make. It's a Japanese brand. Can Make Tokyo Lasting Multi-Brow Coat. I bought a bunch to give away to my girlfriends, but there hasn't been a girls' night yet, so I'm waiting for someone to host a girls' night, and then I'm gonna bring the lot that I bought in this product and pass it around. Oh my god, my throat. Where's your top from? This whole set, it's a matching set with the top and the shorts, and it's from Cider. Found it. Thanks, Aria. You're welcome. I highly recommend it, especially for people that have oily skin or just brow product that never stays, or even mascara that never stays. When you're super risky like me, I have put it on my eyeliner before, but I don't recommend it. Like, please, just be super careful. I don't think it's meant to be anywhere close to your eyes. Yeah. Podcasty topics. Oh, okay. Aria podcast. Aria got that reading book voice. Really? You guys are too sweet. How was meeting Melanie Martinez? I'll be very, very honest. I had no idea who she was, and not in a Humegalol kind of way. I am just not as in touch with music, so I don't naturally like look and seek other artists. But she has a beautiful singing voice, and when I knew of her, she had her iconic like split hair with blonde. So yeah, so when I saw it pink, like I really didn't know who she was. But when I was told later and I did my research and I was like, holy crap, this girl's huge, I felt really bad. But to be fair though, when I meet people for the first time, I tend to be really quiet anyways. So I don't think I like strayed away from who I was upon meeting her. Yeah. But I do think she is very talented, and I think it's amazing that like I was even put in the same room as her. Really. Trust me. You don't gotta tell me twice. Are you well hydrated or always Starbucks and drinks? Well, actually I have just water with me today. So yeah. Do you sing at all? I sing in the shower. It's so weird that you guys are mentioning this. Jadles, thank you so much for the 5 months. Thank you. Because the facial lady that I go to that also does a lot of my friends' facials, she was telling me the exact same thing. And at this point, I'm like, maybe she's just trying to butter me up, with her compliments. But she's like, oh no, you actually have like this raspy voice that I assume is for singing. Like, do you sing? And I'm like, I don't sing. I sing for fun, but it's definitely, I am not a good singer. I think at most I can maybe hit notes, but no technicality with my singing. Yeah. You dance though for fun. Everything is for fun. Everything is for fun. I feel like sometimes that's good for them when they usually get bombarded with fans. Yeah. Definitely played it more chill. Your voice isn't raspy. Yeah, I don't think it's raspy either, but I do find it a little bit raspier in the mornings, when you have like dry throat. Yeah. But yeah. What is there to talk about? Well, we're kind of on the theme of Valentine's Day, right, guys? Let me try to think about any Valentine's Day related topics I could talk about. What do you guys want to know? Do you guys want to know about like ideal dates, ideal food, ideal, I don't know, or I could talk about past dates, or I could talk about, you know, horrible dates, stories. I don't know. I feel like the topic is kind of broad when it comes to Valentine's Day, and I'm down to do whatever you guys are interested in hearing. Date with Aria POV. That's tomorrow. Tomorrow lunch, around lunch hour. Yeah. Why did you stop uploading on YouTube? I just felt very insecure on YouTube. I felt like it was one of those things where I'm like, well, I don't get many views, and if I don't get many views, it's probably because I'm not entertaining enough. And if I do get views, it's probably because, you know, I have to like do a lot of shock content, or I don't know. It didn't feel good uploading on YouTube, and then I also felt like I wasn't putting out enough content in order to put on YouTube, and it just made me think like, oh my god, I need to work harder for YouTube. And then so yeah, it just, all in all, YouTube just always felt bad for me. And then the return was horrible. Like the money I get is like lunch money, but then the time, the effort and thought process that goes into each video is just, you know, a lot more money than just lunch money. So it was just a sinking hole for me, like a time sink, a money sink, a mental sink. So I was like, I need a break. Yeah, it's very stressful. There are a lot of videos where people just talk about how many views they get and then how much money like YouTube paid them out, and it's like a complete garbage. So it's not trying to say that YouTube should be only a place where you should look to make money. No, but right now I have a lot on my plate. Like, you know, I'm doing this 365 stream thing. I'm trying my best to, you know, water the Twitch plant as much as I can, and yeah, my focus is Twitch right now. Want to do today's Wordle. I've actually never been on Wordle. I don't think it's something that interests me too much. I don't know. Doesn't it help with your brand? How I see it too is if I do anything that is remotely interesting, a lot of scalper channels out there, you know, you can count on them to upload my clip on YouTube really, really fast. So, yeah, no worries. I feel like if you do look for me on YouTube, it is there. Yeah, it is one of those things where it's like, you know, so it's kind of controversial because these people, they are technically stealing your content, but at the same time, you're just like, you know, I'm not really doing it myself, and it does keep me relevant in a sense. People are still talking about me being exposed to me, so I'm like, you know, maybe it's not too bad of a thing. Sure, I lose out on my lunch money, but it's okay. I mean, for now, at least. I know some people disagree with my mindset wholeheartedly because, you know, sometimes you are supposed to own your own content and feel like, you know, what's yours is yours, and you should have all control of like, you know, when it comes out on your channel, stuff like that. I get that too. Could claim it and get the revenue. And then I do that, and then it, yeah, I don't know, someone screenshots the message, and then all of a sudden I become this tyrant of Aria, you know, like taking down people's channels. Like, I don't know, I've seen the drama that goes from, you know, trying to regulate, trying to moderate, you know, what's being put out, and it's just always awful. Yeah, internet would go berserk for real. Yeah. Scalpers are making 5k lunch money. Okay, yeah, they're probably making a lot, but they work really hard. You know, I don't get it half the time. I feel like sometimes people be like, they have, what do they have? Like, they have like 10 monitors or something, and they're simultaneously watching every single streamer, seeing until something like really funny happens, and then they manage to clip it and upload it before anyone else. Like, there's no way. They're doing a lot really fast too. I don't know. Hello from Morocco. Hello. Thanks. Oh, you're so sweet. Positive vibes. Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah. Honestly, we live in a world where you can never win, really. There's always two sides to everything, and there's always going to be a group of people that are trying to bring you down, you know. So, well, not. I'm gonna pick and choose my battles, and right now, the YouTube battle is not something I'm that interested in. Eventually, though, I will come back, and if I do come back, it's because I want to do vlogs again, because I love doing vlogs. I miss doing vlogs so much, but you know, ever since I've been doing like the spy cam stuff too. It does feel like I'm live streaming my vlogging, so it's not too bad of an itch right now. But eventually, I will go back to uploading vlogs on YouTube. Just need to have a better grasp on things and balance the stuff on my plate a little better. Yeah. This talk sounds so deep with the music. I know, right? Jaimez always has my back. Upload vlogs on here? What? Yeah. I think for now Twitch is my main platform, and I'm gonna try my best, or at least try. If I really tried my best, I feel like, wow, if I really wanted to play the Twitch game, I would have to think about something that's like content worthy every single day. I would have to think of a banger idea, banger cooking content, banger, never before seen original content in order to keep myself, I don't know, up and running. But yeah, I just haven't been able to enjoy games as much to the point where I'm just playing it in a no-brainer way and also feel good about streaming it. I don't know. I feel like everything I do is just almost there, but not quite my footing. So for now, we're just trying this 365 challenge where I stream every single day. TikTok gaming? Oh god. I had a TikTok era. I'm like, this is kind of fun. And then I'm like, wait, but this community is kind of toxic and there's no moderation whatsoever. Maybe this is not good for my brain. So I'm kind of on and off TikTok. I use TikTok more to browse than to actually post content. It's kind of scary. Just, I advise you guys, any age, to be honest, do not look at the comment section. It's just not worth it. It's rarely do I see an overwhelmingly positive amount of comments, unless the person themselves have built this community on TikTok. Then it's a little different, but for the most part, it's always so crazy negative or mean. But yeah, cooking streams are chill as heck. Cooking streams are really fun and they have a lot of impact, but they do take out a lot physically. Like, I'm always exhausted after cooking streams, and I'm always drained after cooking streams, and the fulfillment aspect, it's hard to find because, streaming, one of the things about streaming is you need to stream your hours. You need to get some hours in, for ad revenue, for subs, and for kind of like the time to connect with your chat and your community. Yeah, it's hard. Does TikTok pay well? I don't know. I'm not getting paid by TikTok, so I would not know. You would have to ask a TikToker. TikTok low-key has good recipe videos. TikTok has high-key good recipe videos. There are many like renowned content creators on there for their cooking, and I think it's genius because the videos are kept short, so you are kind of forced to watch everything in the most efficient way possible, and I think that obviously leaves a lot of room to take in a lot of information. So yeah, you'd learn things a lot quicker. Actually, I recently hung out with David and Janet, and they both participated in the Big Bear trip, and David was telling us how he learned how to snowboard actually thanks to TikTok. He looked up like videos on how to snowboard on TikTok because it was his first time snowboarding, and yeah, he actually learned through TikTok. So that's amazing. I love efficiency, so yeah, for the videos to be like, to the point, it's nice. Only I have this name. Thank you so much for the Prime. Welcome, welcome. And Jadles, thank you so much for the 5 months. Welcome back. Is there gonna be a stream at Jamie's? Yes, there will be a stream at Jamie's. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Kakao, kakao. Uh-oh, that could be her. Be right back. Awesome. Alright. Looks like I will head over to Jamie's around 8 today. Psychosis, thank you so much for the 6 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What qualities that you look for in a guy? I'll be honest with you, I've always felt like I had a good grasp on what I look for in a guy, but then the guy I end up dating, I don't know. So, some positives definitely is I like guys that are family oriented. It's unfortunate if you are going through something where you can't be because of your upbringing, and I don't blame you at all. But for me, I have to see someone being kind to their family. Yeah, it is sad, but it is true. They say, you know, how you treat your mother is how you're going to treat your woman. So, I like men with nail polish. Oh. Snazzy. What team are you rooting for in the Super Bowl today? I don't even know what teams are playing. I'm not actually into watching football at all. So, I don't know. What are some deal breakers for you? It's cigarette smoke for me. I definitely don't think I could date a smoker. I don't. I'm pretty nose sensitive, so if I can smell it, it will bother me. And yeah, I think everyone should know by now that smoking is also bad for your health, so I don't want to have to worry about them too in that way. Like, I would want my partner to strive towards like a healthier lifestyle. Like, you don't have to be perfect, you know. You can have your chocolate cake, you can have your, you know, 6 servings of rice, but why choose to smoke when it's just so bad for you and it smells like ass? Not that I know what ass smells like, but you know, if it were to be a smell, I would assume it smelled like cigarettes. How are your shoulders bigger than mine? I play basketball. Well, first of all, excuse you. You are watching me through a webcam. Like, it's going to be really difficult for you to actually decipher how wide my shoulders actually are. Not saying that they are wide, not saying that they aren't. But at the same time, I'm just like, what? Why is that an observation that needs to be said? Also, another thing is, you know how many times I've gotten in real life that people come up to me and they're like, oh, you're smaller than I imagined. Oh, you're shorter than I imagined. Oh, I get that so much. I'm sick and tired of it. People be thinking I'm tall girl. People be thinking I'm wide girl. People be thinking I'm a and then you meet me in person and all of a sudden you think you thought so freaking wrong. You can't tell how tall someone is on webcam. Yeah, you really can't. Why does it even matter? True. I'm insecure because I'm the weaker one usually in basketball. There you go. There we go. There we go. You said it. This reminds me of like a ContraPoints video. Not saying that you're an incel or anything, but like there's a ContraPoints video on incels, and there's a whole forum dedicated to that kind of like thought and process and behavior. And there were incels that were worried about their wrist size, which is like ridiculous to me. I'm so sorry that, you know, they're going through that. I like, that's crazy, but it shouldn't matter, you know. It's one of those things that if you don't want it to matter, if you don't want other people judging you for it, then you shouldn't really, you know, show so much concern and like importance to it, if you know what I mean. Do you have a preference for height in men? Nope, not at all. Not at all. I've actually liked a guy that was shorter than me like 2 times. So I really don't care about preference when it comes to height. I do think too tall is actually more of a problem than too short, only because I've seen like couples with a crazy height difference, and for me, I am a physical touch kind of girl, so I'm like, what if I want to kiss him, you know? Like, what if I want to kiss him, he's too tall? That'd be kind of sad. Like, you know, I'm gonna have to like, I feel like I'm gonna have to be like a child and like, you know, give him puppy dog eyes and go like, start whimpering like a puppy. Like, I don't know, it's weird. I feel like too tall would be an issue for me. Carry a stepladder? Wear heels 24/7. I feel like with my height, even if I wore heels with some guys, they're still too tall for me. So I don't know. How do you kiss short guys? I can kneel down. I can bend my knees. That's fine. I can go low to the ground. That's cool. That's fine. I don't mind. But if the guy's too tall, I'm just doomed. Like, not even vertical, like not even me jumping, you know, would make a difference. Are you Japanese? No, I'm not. You can pick him up for a quick smooch. True, I could just pick him up. True. 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 Yeah, I don't think I have a preference when it comes to height. How about wide guys? Are you talking about weight? I don't have a preference with weight too. Unless, I think the only thing when it comes to like dating a bigger guy is that I would just be concerned for your health. Like if you're big because you're big boned, if you're chubby, that's fine. If you're just like teddy bear, dad bod, whatever. But when you're big to the point where I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is like concerning for your health, that's a stressor that I think that would probably affect the relationship, just because I don't want to worry. And yeah, I don't want to worry about stuff like that. I want my partner to be self-sufficient enough to like understand that it's a problem and like work towards it. That's fine too. But for the most part, I don't want it to be my worry. Girls say they don't care about weight, but is it true though? So the thing is, there's a difference between caring about weight and then caring about a person that cares about weight. I swear, like a guy that is, I don't know, maybe on the heavier side, but if he's like confident and funny and like he's just really kind-hearted, and let's say he's working on it, you know what I mean? Like it's one of the things he's working on. I could find that very attractive too. But then there's a difference between a guy that's chubby and he knows that he's chubby, but like rather than having a positive mindset, rather than doing something about it, or rather than, you know, like being hungry to improve, they're kind of more upset, they're more, you know, insecure, and they act on it, and they're more even like possessive, jealous. You know, there's a lot that can come from just not being confident in yourself. And I think like that's more of the issue than the issue of weight itself. Legendary Raichu, thank you so much for the 15 months. Thank you so much for using your Prime. A healthy lifestyle is attractive. It is. It is. Bro, they're not hungry to improve. They're just hungry. Oh my god. No. Oh god, you're so silly. What about underweight guys? Underweight guys, it's kind of similar where I think the exact same the same stuff applies when it comes to underweight guys, because underweight guys, like what if you know you're insecure and you act on it, like, oh, like I wish I was muscular, or I wish I looked like that guy, I wish I looked like this guy. Hey, like are you more attracted to this guy? Are you more attracted to a guy that looks like this? You know, like, you know, if you act like that, it's gonna be like, oh, okay, like that's not really fun in itself, and that's gonna become a stressor that you put on your partner, and that's not fun for them. So that's how I see it. And you know, underweight problems, there's a fix for that too, you know. Our people can work towards that, whether it's intaking more proteins, working out, building muscle, stuff like that in a healthy way. Yeah, I do think it's possible. Like, let's say you have this this I don't know, this illness that, you know, where it makes it really hard or almost impossible for you to change, then yeah, I would, that's hard, but at that point you have to really like do some soul searching and try not to put so much importance on how you look and accept, you know, who you are. And honestly, if you can become confident in other aspects in your life and work on that personality and staying positive, I'm sure there will be people that like you for you, and not like, don't let it define you, you know. Any tips for enjoying Valentine's Day as a single person? Yeah. So just as much as I don't know, people show you what Valentine's is about with a couple, you can do those exact activities but by yourself. And what I mean is, you can treat yourself good, you can like eat a good meal, you know, you can yeah, I think you can do anything like on Valentine's that a couple can while being single. You know, you can treat yourself good, go out, eat good food, just ignore the Valentine's Day. Yeah, the talking, the music is mad motivating. I'm dead. I've been single for 30 years. I know how to handle it easy. Yeah, I've seen videos on like hyper independency, and it's like, yeah, pretty much a thing where you've been single for so long that like, yeah, that's just all you know, and you're really good at it. Does race matter when trying to date? There isn't a race where obviously I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, like I can't date this race, X race. That's just straight up racist, and I'm not racist. So I actually can be attracted to anyone. The only thing though is there are perks, you know, to being the same race. Just because, you know, my first language is Vietnamese, so I can speak to you in Vietnamese if I ever wanted to. And you guys could probably have an easier time meeting my parents because I am a family forward person. You know, my parents, they can speak English, but it's not like perfect. They'd be a lot more comfortable if, you know, my partner was Vietnamese. But in this day and age, that part so much doesn't matter too much. Like, my parents would be happy as long as I'm happy type beat. And, you know, their English is definitely enough to get them through communicating with my partner. So it's not too bad. But are there perks if you are Vietnamese? Yes, naturally. Not Pepe Lad, thank you so much for the sub. Legendary Raichu, thanks for the 15 months. Yes. Yeah. I'm hanging out with the girl I like and her BF on Valentine's Day. That's so spicy. Why do you like her? I do understand the notation that, you know, you can't control your emotions or you can't control your feelings. You just like who you like type thing. But it's... man, that... I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're going through that. Like, try your best to not like her, really. Because... yeah, it's rough. I don't want to judge you, but... you're kind of being a bad friend to both of them. Not respecting the relationship, and also, you know... you're also kind of being a bad friend to yourself. Because it's kind of like... you're watching the person you like do all these activities and like another person. It's suffering. Sick vibe, and thank you so much for the 2 months. Hello. It's rough, man. It's hard to say what's the right thing to do. That's why they say friends shouldn't date sometimes, like within the friend group, because if there were ever to be a breakup, then yeah, you can most definitely expect it to be super messy. Why don't you say Vietnamese words on stream? Well, because most of my audience aren't Vietnamese, and also it's not something I'm like that comfortable in. I mean, I definitely prefer English. I want to ruin our friendship. No. I'm just thinking about like the TikTok song. I turned 27 yesterday. I just want to say I relate to so much the stuff you're talking about, like mental habits, everyday routine. So I just want to say thank you for speaking about these matters. Aw, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Have you ever had to turn down a Valentine? Oh, is it time for the stories? Is it time for the stories, guys? Okay, well, I hate to... Okay, disclaimer. Before I get annoyed, or sorry, before I just straight up, like, sound like a very snobby, conceited person, I am not. I am not. Okay? And it was really nice to have my high school friends and elementary friend join the call, because they can vouch. I was popular with the guys, but I'm not saying that it's like something I'm proud of or whatnot. To be honest, I have a story where I can tell you that surrounds grams, Valentine's Day grams. And there was a particular guy that was literally hinting the whole universe to let me know that, you know, he's gonna buy me a gram because he likes me, and I didn't like him like that, and it was burdensome. So when the Valentine's Day grams came along, it was like, I think third period, every third period, that's when the Valentine's Day grams would, you know, disperse. I specifically skipped that class. when it came to me, you know, when the rumor came to me that this person was getting me a Valentine's Day gram, I literally skipped that class. And when I skipped that class, the next day I came in, my teacher had all the grams that I think I had like 3 for me, and was like, these are for you, you missed them last class. And I'm like, I know I did. I'm very particular and weird when it comes to love. I have a weird habit of, I love love, but I love love for other people. I love romance, I love rom-com, I love anything to do with love, but I like doing it for others. I like playing matchmaker. You know, I really like that. You know, but when it comes to myself, I'm very particular. I'm very picky. And when I do choose someone, though, they are my world. I want to make them feel like they are on top of the world. They are my king. They are the lion to the pack of my world. Literally. So, because I'm very particular, any guy that does not fit the I chose you, it's a little brutal. It is very brutal liking me, because I am the type of person where I believe in full efficiency, okay? I don't want to hurt your feelings. I do not want to waste your time. It's not on you. It's kind of me. I people ran many situations. I try really hard to people run any scenario I can. I'm very flighty when it comes to feelings. I remember this guy asked me to it was either homecoming or spring fling, one of the dances, and he asked me in a manner that was so embarrassing, and it was right when I got into ceramics class. He asked me with flowers and a huge poster, and literally my teacher was staring at me, the entire class was staring at me. I was late to class, of course I would be late to class. The one time that, you know, all the attention's on me, everyone's staring at me, it was awful. I said yes because I am not above peer pressure. However, I did turn him down after, and it was a horror show. It was oh my god. I just realized I have so much foundation in my hair. Oh god. Oh no. Bro, why make it so public? That's what I'm saying. But anyways, there's nothing, and I think like it's that and this other scenario where I also got asked in front of a bunch of people, where I just don't do well with like that type of thing. And I hate being serenaded to too, because of the same thing, where it's like too much focus. When there's too much attention on me, I actually don't like it. I like it if it's like a performance, you know, I don't mind that. But if it's like something that I am not mentally prepared for and it takes me by surprise and I don't feel the same way about the person, holy crap. Please, somebody put in all caps. If I don't feel the same way about you, please don't even try. It's like what I'm trying to say is, okay, sorry. Don't even try is a mean thing to say. It's more so, do not think that bringing in the public is going to give you leverage. I don't like it when men play the leverage card. They think that, oh, if I do this, they'll like me more. No, no. Showing your personality will make you like, or will make me like me, will make me like you more. Showing your competitive side will make me like you more. Showing, you know, certain traits and aspects that, you know, we have common ground on, that will make you like, make me, I can't even say it because I hate liking things. I mean, I don't, but God, I'm a complicated person when it comes to feelings, but that's pretty manipulative. Yeah. But I understand sometimes it's not their intentions and sometimes they think a crowd is just, you know, I don't know. Some people maybe like the crowd. Some people might like that. Some people might like that attention. But I don't. I really don't. Some girls love the big PDA. Exactly. Some girls. And for me, okay, one thing for sure, I'm a huge advocate for getting to know the person you like. And the reason why I'm like this is because I naturally try to deny. I deny so hard that any person likes me because I have such little self-worth and I have such low self-esteem for myself that whenever a guy likes me or I hear from the grapevine, hey, so-and-so likes you, I will be like, no, they don't. I don't think so. They have no reason to like me. That's always my reasoning. And this is where I'm kind of more logical because I am kind of teetering when it comes to like feelings and logic, but this is where I'm more logical is when it comes to feelings because it makes no sense to me. For me, I've grown up, okay, let's say at some points in my life, I did feel pretty privileged, okay? Let's say, okay? But I never was at the point where I felt like being pretty was enough to have someone genuinely like me. You know what I mean? I always felt like I would rather be someone that makes me laugh to my, like, till my stomach hurt. Like for me, humor was huge. I always liked the funny guys or the guys that were quiet and then they showed me a side to them that they wouldn't show anyone else, and it was also very kind and very funny. So like I don't like it when people like me for looks, and I think that was something I learned very young, which was very interesting because when you're young, you naturally like people because of looks. Hey, I've done it too. But when it came to the guy liking me first, without talking to me, I never thought it was valid. So I don't like it when guys are like, hey, I like you. And I'm like, but we never talked, you know? Being pretty can't relate, Sag. Not true, not true. I definitely had my points in times where I had the most awkward, you know, ugly duckling stage, and I had to be obsessed with fashion, makeup, and, you know, beauty related topics in order to look the way I do now. So I promise, with effort, anyone can do it. I don't think anyone is innately like ugly. Looks are bonuses, personality or top priority. Yeah, I think so. Looks is something you can always improve on. You can, like, looks is literally on the outside, but on the inside is something that I think what makes us more unique as people and what truly differentiates us from every single person. So, yeah. Being pretty gives people a reason to want to get to know you. This is true. I never said that looks is not a factor or looks is not a means to hook people, but how I see it is when someone approaches me and they come off very strong, it's just almost an immediate turn off for me. Almost immediately. And I have so many times seen a really beautiful, hot person but then I'm not interested what comes out of their mouth. So I literally would be like, scroll. Yeah. There's different types of attraction, and there's different types of people that prioritize different things. So I'm telling you guys right now. The music is a bit high. Yeah, I can turn it down. Is that better? Yeah. So for me, yeah, when a guy comes on too strong from the get-go, I'm like, oh, hell no. But that's just me. Are you into women too? I wish I was into women because I'm always so emotionally satisfied with women. Women will never hurt me. Like, women just get me. But unfortunately, I am not physically attracted to women in like a sexual way, and that makes it hard. One second, guys. Appearance should be a reflection of one's character. Ideally, a man with a lot of empathy. Yes, I am definitely a sucker for men with empathy. What's your love language? My love language is physical touch and quality time. I appreciate undivided attention. Yep. Do girls like non-emotional guys? I can't seem to connect to my emotions, especially with a girl. I always try to be logical, but on the rare chance I show my emotion, it's always the dark side of human emotion, like anger, jealousy. Yeah. That's really hard. I do think there is a world where you can find a girl that is more on the logical side, just as yourself. But a lot of the times I do notice, more often than not, that there is a reason why you find yourself being attracted to girls that aren't like that. And that's because they're interesting to you, because they're different from you. You know, they have takes, hot takes that, you know, you cannot come up with yourself, that makes, you know, conversation more spicy. Sometimes when you talk to someone that's exactly like you can almost anticipate their answers. And then, you know, at that point you're like, I might as well just date myself. But some people are so into themselves, or so maybe closed-minded, or just in general really appreciate the way they think, their own mindsets, that dating a mirror image, a mirror reflection of themselves is exactly what they want. So it really just depends on the person. And it depends on how much you are willing to change, or how much you are willing to open up I guess your mind, because being stuck in your own ways is not always something ideal either, especially if you find yourself having a hard time connecting to women. That might be something you can consider. Ultimately, what I like to preach is you have to want to do it for you before you do it for someone else. That's going to be very straining, very stressful for you. You have to make these realizations and truly want it for yourself. Like, do you want to, you know, learn empathy? Do you want to learn how to, you know, connect on a deeper emotional level? Not everything has to be, you know, from the booklet, or has to be right and wrong. Like, you know, I think there are worlds where you can appreciate, you know, the other without deeming it incorrect or wrong, right? That's how I see it. Are you bilingual? Yeah. I do know Vietnamese. What is your advice for someone who developed feelings later into a friendship? Aw, well, congrats. I think it's actually one of the best ways to enter a real relationship, like a one with a sturdier foundation, is if you start off as friends first. So congrats on getting that part ticked off. But the next part is actually probably the hardest, because then you're going to have to really think for the other person and for yourself. Is it worth the risk? Because there are risks in, you know, trying to take it to the next step, because, you know, there is a good chance that they might not want it, and you have to be okay with that. And I think the more willingly you are to respect their decision, I think the more genuine your feelings come to be, if that makes sense. Because ultimately they are your friend, and if you value the friendship, you should also value, you know, their boundaries and stuff like that. So yeah, the next step for you is just to work on that confession. Work on, you know, letting them know, like, hey, I actually I'm starting to form a crush on you. Let me know what you think. If it's something that you're completely not interested in, that's totally okay, because I value our friendship. And I swear to you, when you word things like that, it will make things so much easier for her to respond. And like, it kind of creates a safe environment for her, so that she, yeah, will answer you and also feel respected, and also will respect you for allowing her that out. Yeah. Admitting your friends is the hardest in my opinion, because I'm afraid I might lose the friendship. Well, so that actually is on you. Because for them, it might be weird to them, right? For the most part. But I will tell you this. If them knowing that you have a crush on them is so weird to the point where they don't want to be your friend, that's on them. That's straight up just being a bad friend, you know? Because, like, it's human nature, you know what I mean? To find attraction in another human, that's just, it comes. Like, you can't control it. However, you can, you know, moderate how much you show, and respect their boundaries, and, you know, go back to being normal, go back to being friends. They might need some time, sure, but if they completely drop the friendship just because you confess, that's a huge red flag. That's a huge red flag. But the thing is, you do need to give them an out. You need to make them feel safe. You need to not make it seem like I want to date you, or else we can't be friends. Or I want to date you, but if you reject me, I'm going to be so butthurt that I don't think I could see you the same way or be your friend. You know what I mean? Like, so I think it's actually a lot on you to, like, have that control. And if they do by chance give you, you know, the worst result, then you need to rewire your brain to not think that it's your fault and blame them for being a bad friend. Ultimately, I think we should strive towards having feelings that come from a genuine place. You can be loose with your feelings, you can have fun, you can do things that are not so serious. But for me, I think it's so hard to find someone that's exactly on the exact same page so that no one gets hurt. I'd rather work towards genuine feelings where, you know, ultimately it's the person we care about and not our ego, you know. Oh, Sways, thank you so much for the 6 months. Thank you. To be honest, I've been on the friend zone time often, and we tend to think too much of ourselves. The other person values as a friend. You should be mindful of their feelings as well. Don't get too stuck on your own. Exactly. I asked out a good friend years ago. She turned me down, but she did it in a mature way. We moved on. We're still great friends, and the feelings moved on. Exactly. Awesome. Yeah. Because you want to ask that person because you like them and you care about them. Some people forget about the second part. Some people forget that you need to care about them too. Because I will hear stories where people are like, oh my god, this person rejected me, like I hate them, blah 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 blah. I'm like, what? So did you not like them as a friend before you confessed to them? You know what I mean? Like the feelings don't feel very genuine. They feel like at that point you are just confessing to potentially fill a void rather than actually liking the person and wanting to, you know, grow with them or learn more about them on a deeper level, you know, because when you learn about people or when you get to know someone on a deeper level, you are going to find out so many things that don't align with your beliefs, that, you know, might, you know, clash with the way you do things. And like there's going to be a lot of negatives. And if you are going to judge someone based off of their negatives, or you're not willing to grow with a person including their negatives, like some people I think fantasize and romanticize love too much and they act on it. And when they don't get the result they want, rather than like seeing it for the bigger picture, they get really like mad and salty. And I'm like, that's your ego, man. You don't actually care about the person. Because guess what? Let's say you do get mad, you do get salty, and then you're kind of like ghosting this person, or you're punishing them for them saying no. They lost out on a friend too, and now they're hurt. So to me, I'm just like, wow, like good thing they rejected you, because that, like, good on them is how I see those type of scenarios. You have to, there's a really, really popular saying that you have to love yourself before you go and love someone else. And it's true. It's really true. What is your advice for someone who doesn't have any experience with relationships? My advice is try your best to take in as much as you can, and it's hard to learn when you have, especially without being in one yourself, because I feel like it's always the first relationship you learn so much. You learn about boundaries, you learn about what you're willing to take, what you're willing not to take in, and like it's a lot. But honestly, being a really good friend, being a really good support system in itself, I think is a really good start for someone that doesn't have any relationship experience. If you make very valuable friendships and very strong connections, you know, even with family too, and those bonds are very, very strong and very, very, very healthy, I think that actually does end up bleeding into your relationship. Because yeah, I feel like with me, I've been a lot of people's firsts in terms of like my history with dating, and all of my history, I feel like they vary in their levels of maturity and experience, or how they treat me. And I do think it is a reflection of how they treat their friends, their parents, you know, people they care about, their coworkers even. So as long as you, I think, are keeping up with your relationships outside of relationships, you know, outside of your significant other, I think it does end up applying. So yeah, don't rush into something you're not comfortable in just because you want relationship experience, because you may end up just getting completely traumatized. As cheesy as it sounds, I do think there are more benefits to trying out a very serious relationship with a potential candidate that, you know, may be someone you want to, you know, be serious about. I don't know, I'm just saying in general, because what I've noticed is a lot of the time that is spent on people that, or just in general on flings or on relationships that are just more casual, stuff like that, it's all means to fill a void, and it's not much to actually learn and grow from. And if you do learn from it, great, but I feel like the lessons are slightly more shallow and not as meaningful. I don't know, because I've learned so much, and I've learned very different kind of lessons from relationships I found more casual versus relationships I found more serious. So it's up to you whether you want to take that risk or not. But general consensus from my experience and my opinion only, I do find that like things that are more casual end up doing me more harm and doing my mental more harm than things I try with my whole heart, you know? So what I'm trying to tie that into the conversation is don't be ashamed that you're also relationshipless. Because I have definitely been surprised by people that have never been in a relationship. And I was like, I wonder why. And I realized that I think they just have really strong connections and bonds, you know, outside of their significant other. Something to be proud of. I don't have any dating relationship experience because I never put any effort to look for one, but I don't know what to look for in a relationship. I just know from common sense and other people's experience. Well, for me, I've been in multiple very long-term relationships, and a lot of the times how my relationships end up being really long or successful to some people is that I think I am not the type to ever depend on someone. Like I don't date someone because I need them. You know what I mean? I don't date someone because I'm craving something. I date someone usually at the peak of when I'm the busiest, or when I'm at a transformation phase, or when I'm realizing, oh, like this person like can grow with me, they can bounce ideas, you know, with me. Like I like a person that, you know, is kind of on the same wavelength as me, in terms of my timeline of life. You know what I mean? So there's a timeline where you're probably really busy, you want to grind it out. But there's a timeline where you're really chill and you're kind of mellowed out and you kind of want someone to chill with. You know, there's a timeline, and currently my timeline is I'm on the grind, and it'd be awesome for me to find someone that's also on the grind, you know? So similar with you, rather than thinking about I need to look for a girl, maybe look within yourself to see what it is you want to work on yourself, what it is you're lacking, what it is you're craving, within yourself, not from another person. Like, don't ever, in my opinion, I think it's weird to be like, you are the solution to my problem. That's so much pressure on them, because every person has their own life to live. You know what I mean? Every person has their traumas. Every person has their own set of problems to solve. Like, all of a sudden, if they can't fix their own stuff, and if they can't think on their own because you're too busy telling them that they're the solution, you know what I mean? Like, that's so much stress. So you don't want to stress, you don't want to stress someone out. You don't want to be that stressed. So a lot of soul searching, really, when it comes to like relationship stuff. Yeah. That's exactly how I feel. I want to be looking for someone focused on them on the grind. Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of the times, if you're actually talking on a more surface level question, like where can I find these girls that are like this, then honestly, if you're on the grind and you okay, it's kind of like you kind of have to show that you're available on the grind too, a little bit. So like maybe let's say you love working out, okay? You're on the grind for a hot body. All of a sudden, turn up your Instagram account, you know what I mean? Start posting progress, show that you're really passionate about it. And let's say you work a 9-to-5 job, but you really are passionate and you really like find importance in your work. Then I don't know, maybe find a coworker. Maybe look towards someone that you respect in the industry. You know, hit them up for a beer after work. You know what I mean? And let them know that you think it's really cool that y'all doing the same thing. You know, try to find the similarities in a person, and yeah. What about boundaries? What's a good person to be around? Is it really okay to take what's right as a moral compass between humans? Doesn't chasing justice make you a social Nazi in a world that's unfair? Many times we all have to step our feelings aside to keep family love. Yeah, I think it's always going to be a little bit difficult, but that's kind of the whole point when it comes to relationship, is you're going to have to find someone that is not going to be exactly like you and somehow try to make it work, whether it is through compromise or just having mutual respect for one another, stuff like that. I think there is not a world where you can offer to give someone your world but also not be willing to compromise or, you know, sacrifice any parts of your world. Like, it's kind of weird. Off topic, always wondered where you got most of your earrings. This earring in particular I got from Heart Puff, I think it's what they're called. Yeah, super cute. I've been stuck with my ex for 2 years. I had some of my friends help me to move on. To be honest, it never works. So are you stuck in the relationship? You need to cut it. I'm sorry. I know it's hard. And you can have the entire chat. You can have the entire world. You can have me telling you that it's hard. But ultimately, it's just on you. Like, you need to take that step. I can't help you. You know this for yourself. What I can help you is I can tell you a personal experience of mine. I will not specify which relationship it is. Actually, the same thing kind of happened on both relationships, okay? But let's just say that I was with said person for, let's just make up a random number. So small chance if the person ever is watching or if someone knows this person, I don't want them to get outed. Let's say I'm dating this person for, I've dated this person for 6 years. 6. But I have noticed that they have wronged me in the worst way possible, and let's say they cheated on me, okay? Let's say they cheated on me a year in to the relationship. They cheated on me, and it was the most heart-wrenching kind of pain, horrible. It hurt so bad, and honestly, probably contributed to why I feel so shitty about myself all the time. Anyways, the right answer here is you should cut it off, right? Because that's a toxic person. A person that is able to cheat is probably not a really good person. Or they're so unhappy in the relationship that, you know, it pushed them to do things they didn't want to do. But regardless, they still did it. And it still hurt. And we are both aware. So what do? I truly do wish that I broke up with the person. Really. Rather than stay with them for 5 more years after that. Because I will not lie. That type of baggage, that type of hurt just doesn't erase itself. And I became a person that was harder to deal with, harder to be around, harder to trust. Harder for me to trust them. So the relationship, the quality in itself that could have been this big quality, all of a sudden turns to this much quality. So I'm pretty much having like a 60% fun relationship for the next 5 years. And those 5 years is a time frame that I could have been much happier at 100% happiness rate with someone else that could provide me that. Because once the relationship becomes toxic, you have to realize there can be permanent damage there. Unless you eradicate it completely and you make the person feel so secure again to the point where they're like, yes, you're the one. Sure, it could work. But in my situation, obviously that's the harder path and we tried it, but it didn't work. But I can't help but think the red flag was already set at that first year. You know what I mean? So take it from a person with experience. Take it from a person like me that did feel that a lot of her time was somewhat wasted. I wouldn't say completely wasted, because of course you have happy memories with these people, and of course, you know, it's not to say that they've shaped you up, helped you shape you up to a person you're more proud of today. Sure, but Was it time wasted in a general sense? Yeah. So it's honestly up to you. And I definitely wish I had gone back and broke it off. Beetle, thank you so much for the 4 months. Thank you, thank you. And Dat Moose Knuckle, thank you so much for the Prime. Another thing I'd like to note too is that I swear, I feel that couples that have issues and then couples that are willing to break up with the other person because of said issue, and it ends up happening, let's say, do you think, you know, them getting back together, trying it again, is going to work out? My answer is no. And the reasoning for it is because how I see it is, in a serious relationship, there will be events, milestones that you reach with a person that will only bring problems, a set of problems that are far more difficult to solve than, you know, the current hurdles that you're going through at the beginning stages or at your current stage. And I'm telling you, if someone is willing to walk out on you for a smaller issue or a problem they're not willing to fix with you, they're not willing to stick it through, what makes you think that they are going to stick around and help, or, you know, fix any issues with you that are harder and in the future? You know what I mean? So I always notice these cycles, and I always notice, you know, couples that are on and off. I'm just like, I'm sorry, but I just have no faith, because I think problems will only get harder. So unless you're like ready for that level of commitment, and also ready for, you know, just being super down for the person because you care about them. Yeah. Whenever people already come to me with issues and they're like, they start off with, this is a toxic relationship, I'm like, oh, well, I can't really help you. Like, because at that point, you're very self-aware. But I think the only thing I can help is by saying, shit's only gonna get worse. Do you really want to, like, let's say you're crying now, do you really want to be crying and then on your knees? And then do you, at some point, do you really want to be crying on your knees and then slamming doors? You know what I mean? Like, it only gets worse. So, you're telling me that this is a cycle? Sheesh. Oh, how do you move on? I still miss her when she clearly moved on. Are you happy for her? I hope you're happy for her. I think it's okay to miss someone because, you know, you have a lot of good memories with them. You shared a lot of things with them. You felt like you worked on a, you know, like you invested in this person. Of course, there will be moments where you miss them. Like, I think that feeling is normal in itself. But I think it's time for you to, okay, so first we've acknowledged that that's totally okay, first of all. It's not wrong of you to miss someone and miss the memories, miss the good times, miss even the bad times because you cared about them. Why do you hope he's happy for her? Because she is her own person too. You don't own people when you're in a relationship. So when I say I hope you're happy for her, she must be happy. You know what I mean? Or she has to, if she's not with you and she's chosen to be with another person, that is her choice, you know? And you are not in any position to tell her how she can be happy. So that's why I say you should be happy for her. Because if you truly care about someone, you want them to be happy. I think moving on is all about acceptance. Yes, and that I was just about to say that. Is we've acknowledged that missing them is okay. Missing them is normal. But once you truly accept it, I think what ends up happening is let's say you have a priority list, right, on your feelings towards this person. Your first priority right now is missing them. Well, how about we take it down a notch and we put something else up in the first place instead? And that can be something that, like, do you remember courting this person? Do you remember the very beginnings? What did you do? What made you unique? Why did they like you? Like, and whether it was, oh yeah, they found me really attractive because I worked really hard. Oh, they found me really attractive because I was really funny. Oh, they found me really attractive because, I worked out and I looked good, whatever, like my looks, my fashion sense, whatever. Maybe entertain those hobbies and those skills and start improving on yourself again in a way where you have that confidence again to, find someone, because that's how you found them to begin with, I totally agree on the whole owning thing. I guess I still just don't understand why they should be happy for them. I think I am at a point in my life where, as annoying as it sounds, but we just don't have enough time for negativity, is how I see it. Do I acknowledge that negativity will exist and always be a part of humans? Yes. But wherever we can see things in a positive light, I think it will just help us move on and be better at all points. So, yeah. Because if you're not happy for them, what else can you feel? You feel sad? You feel upset? What is that? Where is that going to get you? But maybe it can fuel you. I don't know. Everyone's different. Maybe the bitterness, maybe the anger, maybe any other feeling than happiness could fuel you to work harder, could fuel you to go to the gym. Sure. That's a possibility, but I hope it's sustainable. Because ultimately, I think a lot of the things that are the most secure and the most sustainable comes from a place of truly wanting it for yourself. And that's, in my opinion, more like positive than negative. I guess I took it of being neutral. She moved on. Okay, cool. Yeah. But that, like, at that point, you're just reaching, because the person that I was at, or the person that I was answering the question for, that's not their scenario at all. So do not allow people to live in your head rent free. Really? Yeah. And I think I'm a little biased too, is because for me, the way I love and find love is I sure hope I find someone, like, please, on this planet, all I want is someone that just wants me just as much. So as much as I want this person, as much as I want to love this person, give them everything in the world, show them that I care, I just hope that I find someone that is on the same wavelength as me. So for me, I actually can't relate too much when it comes to liking someone that just doesn't like me anymore. Like, that's, for me, I'm like, damn. You can be like, ew, what kind of taste? Like, they have bad taste. But for the most part, really, it's more so sad, and I promise you, I've seen this case happen with friends too, where it's very obvious that, let's say, the love is one-sided, and if you really care about your friend, it hurts them for them to see you in a relationship where you're just so giving, or you're like putting in all the effort and your partner isn't. Like, it hurts others looking like from the outside in, and it will get to you too. So for me, I think I've gone past that phase where I just don't think I could like someone that doesn't like me the same way. Hope you find it and don't mess it up like I did. But just because you messed it up don't think that it's the end for you either. I do think in life we are, you know, met up with people that are really helpful and we're really grateful for in our timeline, the current timeline that we're in. But that's not to say that those lessons learned, the feelings felt, are not to apply to something in the future that, you know, is more meant for you then. And it's like building blocks, you know. Don't look into the past too much. I think instead you're in a position to feel proud of what you learned, and then those feelings can definitely help you find and cherish the next person. Relationship deal breaker. Probably anything physical, like abuse. If I see any, like, okay, I find myself to be a person that's kind of angry, right? I bottle up emotions and I lash out verbally. So when I see someone that can do the same thing but worse and take it a step further, that freaks me out. Because for me, I need to find the best match for me is someone that's level-headed and that is able to take my anger and calm me down, or take my anger and not and know that I'm just temperamental, like I'm not toxic, I'm coming from a good place, like someone that understands me and can, you know, put out the flames. So for me, a bad match would be someone that's just also like me, also angry, or also not the best at controlling their emotions. So as much as I like a person that has a lot of empathy, I also need a person that can control their emotions, because I'm kind of usually the sporadic one with emotions. So I think that's my relationship deal breaker. And that brings me to a story. I remember I dated a guy casually, and there was this point where he got really frustrated in our fight. So he took a water bottle and he freaking slammed it to the ground. The woman was too stunned to speak. It was literally that given moment. I was like, I'm done. Like, no. Disgusting. Cannot. That's scary. It is scary. It was so scary. Like, I'm like, and I dated them for maybe like a couple months, but that was a short-lived. I didn't even date them for real, to be honest with you. Like, if I had the choice to like define that relationship, I find that a fling. But yeah, I saw that and I'm like, oh, you not gonna be my mans. That's it. So yeah, it's definitely the anger thing. Cause I'm already an angry raging baby. I don't need two angry raging babies in this relationship. Verbal abuse can be just as bad. Exactly. I lash out in a way where, yeah, there are times where I'm not proud of it. I don't resort to name calling. Well, okay, this conversation isn't really supposed to be about me and in that way. What I'm trying to say is we all have people that can compliment us and our traits and our flaws. So I'm just saying an outright flaw of mine is, yes, it would be the emotional bottler / can't control. So yeah, I need someone that's level-headed and calm and understanding. Understanding is such a big one. Actually, I remember talking to Celine about this. Finding men that are understanding is so difficult. It's so rare. Let me tell you why. Because we can talk about our feelings and you cannot agree with it, right? Let's say you don't agree. But for the meantime, you want to keep the peace. You want to seem like an empathizing person. So you validate our feelings verbally. But then it's so different to like validate but then actually apply and understand. Because once you understand, then it creates like a definitely more safe environment, so that from future, it's not about who's right or who's wrong. It's about, oh, you feel this way and I get it, you know? I get you. Like, and I don't want you to feel this way. Let me help. Or what can I do to make you not feel this way? But at that point, you shouldn't be asking. You should kind of know because you understand. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, you know, like the galaxy brain meme. It's one thing to be like, what can I do to make it better? But then there's another thing where it's like, oh, she's feeling like this. I think doing this would solve the problem because she deserves it. And it sucks that she feels this way. And I get it. And she is not wrong for feeling this way. And then they act on the understanding rather than asking. Asking is obviously not wrong. It's good to ask. But finding a person that's like understanding already kind of knows. Yeah. So an empath. Yeah. Like a real empath. Because I know some people, they're like, oh, I can empathize. And then they will, you know, name analogies or list scenarios that kind of make sense, sure. But they don't act as if they know what to do next. So to me, it's like, are you really empathetic, or are you just saying it to say my feelings are valid? You know what I mean? Like, the first step, everyone knows, is just to make them feel or make them know that their feelings are valid. But it's how you act and the words you say afterwards that truly shows whether or not you understand. And I think people forget. So like I said, I think it's hard to find a guy that's like understanding as well. And I do agree. I do think understanding comes with experience and comes with how much you are willing to open your mind to the idea of that. You know what I mean? Because some people, they're just like, no, I'm just right. No, this is just this is the better thing to do things. Or don't you want to work towards, you know, not being difficult? And I'm like, oh crap. There comes the logical users. Oh god. Yeah. What is your cutoff for lashing out? Like, when can a dude be justified in getting angry at you, in your opinion? The cutoff is you can show frustration, but then ultimately calm down the next second. I don't know. I just don't tolerate it. I definitely, yeah. I'm no saint in this department. I have walked out on so many conversations out of sheer emotion. I promise I'm not an expert here. But it's such a turnoff. And I can be a turnoff. So, yeah. What I'm trying to tell you is I don't think there is a cutoff. I think my best partner is someone that is not really that type. I need someone that kind of doesn't take life too seriously, because if they're so serious and they're so uptight and all they want is to just apply, you know, or project their lifestyle onto me, that's going to be really restricting for me. I'm going to feel very suffocated. And it's going to be hard for us to work out, I think. So guys can't get mad at you. I think they can get irritated at most, but I think I'm at a point in my life where I kind of know what I want, and for me, they need to see me for my qualities too. And I genuinely believe one of my qualities is I never intend to hurt. And I think that is something I can confidently say because my self-esteem, my self-worth, everything else about me is so low that I don't have a need for myself. So for me, I always prioritize other people, and I always prioritize making others happy. So for me, if you can't see that and you're getting angry, like, there has to be a reason why, you know what I mean? Like, and you need to come to that reason quicker than me. Like, for me, it's just like, I didn't, like, let's say I pissed someone off, right? But ultimately, I don't mean to piss them off. You know, I never would want to. I never would mean to, like, piss someone off. But let's say I do. It's your job to come at me calmly and be like, hey, I know you didn't mean to, but you did this and it could come off really messed up, or, you know, it can come off in a way that hurts them. And then I would be like, oh, that's cool. But what I don't like is if someone like immediately like shouts at me for my actions, or like assume like, why'd you do that? Or like, oh my God, Like, I can't believe you did that. Like, it's that type of like anger is what I'm saying is I cannot have in a partner. Because you didn't get that who I am as a human, I would never intend to harm. So why are you raising your voice at me? Why are you so mad to begin with? Like, yeah. I just need someone that's calm and that can tell me what I did wrong, but also acknowledge that or they know that I did not mean to hurt, you know? Yeah. Every time my ex would yell at me, I would feel the urge to cry. I'm so sorry. No one deserves to be yelled at from the start. I do think frustration and arguments can lead to, you know, voices getting, you know, a little bit louder, but I don't know. I think I'm just old at this point, or older, where I'm like, yeah, once the voice gets really loud, I'm like, okay, I don't think this is for me. Isn't that a little hypocritical? That's not a person who ever exists. No. What? Even if your intention is not to hurt people, even if you hurt one, you don't treat them possible. No. So I'm not. No. So I understand what you're trying to what you're trying to say. I'm not trying to say that it's like, oh, that they should treat me like that. What I'm trying to say is it's more so I need a person that automatically is not going to start off by like yelling at me or punishing me, or like, because in a sense, I'm very emotional and I can't act like that. Like, for example, even if I know it's not your intent to hurt, I can lash out on you and I can be like, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm literally calling myself out right now. I'm literally self-reporting that I am that type of person. So I don't need that type of person. Okay, does that make more sense? Does that make more sense? Yeah. I really hate when people yell at me or throw their anger or frustration. Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like you need a punching bag. Oh, for sure. I mean, I'm not a perfect person. No one is. And I'm being very, 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 very open and transparent right now where my issues lie. You just need someone that complements your personality naturally. Yeah, this is true. I get real quiet when I get angry or sad. Yeah. You got to work on that too. Because stonewalling is also something I used to be really bad with stonewalling. I used to take it in really bad and I also do it really bad. So I learned that stonewalling is just not good. It's so bad to keep silent, honestly. But if you do find yourself being the type to be very overwhelmed and you need extra time to process things, then at most, please like work towards being okay with letting the person know that you need time. Like, hey, I want to let you know that I care about you, but I'm gonna need like a couple hours to myself to think. I'm gonna need a couple like days, or like I want to be left alone for a bit. Like anything. I think that's like what you need to work towards. It's all about communication, yeah. I can see myself as a stonewaller. Is that bad? It's really bad. Because the reason why I say stonewalling is bad is because even though you could be healing from it because, you know, I don't know, that's like your way of coping, you could potentially be hurting someone that really wants a response from you. You know what I mean? Like, because to them, they don't know what you're thinking. They can't go into your brain. And in your brain, you could be like, this is just a nice break. Or, like, I need time to think. Or, oh, this is very overwhelming. I need to chill. And maybe chilling could, like, calm me down, calm them down. But that's the thing. It's a maybe. They'll never know what you're really thinking. So you're going to make the other person really, really anxious. It's a possibility, you know, you're going to hurt the person further by not talking. So communication is really important. If you ever feel the need to, you know, take a break from a conversation, then let them know. Let them know that you care. Let them know that you do wish to solve this, but right now you're a bit overwhelmed and you need a little bit of time to yourself. That's totally okay. But straight up not communicating because you don't want to is a problem in itself. Let's say that's not the reason why you want to shut down. Let's say you want to shut down because you want to punish them or they deserve this. Like, holy crap. You are on the next level of you need to work on yourself. Like, that's a you thing at that point, you know? Narcissist, yeah. Oh my god. The amount of narcissists I had to deal with growing up. Oh. But I will not lie to you guys. Like, if it makes you feel any better, I have 100% been guilty of the same things. But yeah. Yeah, it is the definition of passive aggressive. It is. But let's just say from a more innocent perspective, let's say you don't mean to be, okay? And let's say you are just truly overwhelmed and you don't know what to say. That's okay, but you just owe it to them to admit that too. And if you just walk out, then at that point, maybe you should reevaluate whether or not you truly care about the person or care about the relationship in itself. Will you be my Valentine? You're super gorgeous. No, I don't know you. What if you're upset at them, message them like 2 or 3 times, they respond with a 3,000 word essay how they aren't sorry? If you don't know how to respond to that, is it still stonewalling? I mean, the thing is, you could still say like, I am shocked. I don't know what to say. Like, you know, what you said to me, you can say to them. So they're not left thinking, oh, am I being punished for saying the wrong thing? Because sometimes, I know this is hard to believe, but sometimes they don't know that that's the wrong thing. You know, sometimes they don't know that not apologizing, not being sorry for something is not the right things to go to, or not the right way to go about things. So, given that in mind, it's up to you whether you want to steer them in the right direction or you want to just cut it off completely because they are just so messed up in their ways. Assume that you need to assume that this is the person, this is who they are, and if it's such a if what they sent you was such a turn off, you need to be able to accept like, hey, if you have an issue like this again, they're going to respond in the exact same way. People don't change overnight. Yeah, so ask yourself, is it worth it to show them? Maybe give them the option first, like, hey, I'm shocked. I need some time to collect my feelings. Like, I'm not going to talk to you for a bit because I need time to think. And if that makes them feel a little something, you know, if that is something where they're like, oh shiz, maybe I need to read this again. Ooh, I kind of regret saying a lot of things. Or, ooh, I kind of realized I said some things out of like heat of the moment. Maybe they'll say that to you. Maybe them saying that will also ease up the tension so that it will also, you know, make it easier for you to want to, you know, lead them in the right direction. Regardless, it's up to you. The ball's in your court when you see someone have the ick, you know. Grimless Law, thank you so much for the 6 months. What it do? Welcome back. Lil Bobber, thank you so much for the 500 bits. I mean, thank you, but I'm not gonna say that. Derlin, thank you so much for the 12 months. Happy 1 year. Hope all is well. Thank you, thank you. You ever be sorry about your actions, but not for the reasoning behind them? That sounds like I'm sorry for how you felt. I'm sorry for what I did hurt you, but I'm actually not sorry for doing it because that's who I am. That's what I believe in. It's a very half-assed sorry. At that point, you're not truly sorry. So I don't think it's wrong to apologize for how they feel, but I do think you need to also make it apparent that it's who you are, or it's what you truly believe in. Because it just sounds like it's something you're not willing to budge on, or you're not willing to see their perspective on, like, fully, in a way where, you know, in a world where truly it validates their how they feel. Or I don't know, it just sounds like you're not acknowledging their feelings. Yeah. And then if their response is still trying to get you to see their side, it just sounds like it sounds like a disagreement. And at that point you can be like, all right, let's agree to disagree. That's as far as you can go there. But don't be surprised if people leave you for it, or don't be surprised if, you know, people get turned off by you whenever that topic comes up or whatever. At that point you need to find it within yourselves to start seeing things a little differently, or being open to different perspectives, different issues with that kind of thing. Havoc Mayo, thank you so much for the 10 months. Thank you. Are you making chocolate for Love Day? I don't know. Jamie asked me to bring cookie cutters. Oh. Okay. I have not played Lost Ark yet. Honestly, I'm kind of feeling this talk session. I'm at a point where I'm not sure what kind of flow is going about with me. I'm really close to this person. Ooh, people calling out things are being done where it would be more than friends. I'm just really anxious about how things will pack out. If I confront her, tell her how I'm thinking and feeling about it. Prefacing. Prefacing is something I've learned as a skill that, when done, can actually be quite a good way to defend yourself, good way to cushion things, good way to protect. So when you have these conversations, if you start off with a pure, genuine heart and you come in by saying, hey, I want to start off by saying I don't want this friendship to change, or I really appreciate you as a person, I really appreciate the friendship, I really like what we have going on, and then say your concern. And then one thing I also learned, actually I learned from Pokey, she really helped me here, is a lot of the times people, it's like a lot easier to bring up like these tougher conversations when you come with a solution in mind already. So you kind of have to think what your ideal situation is and be very honest. I don't want you to gauge whether or not they like you back. Like, no. This is like, you need to really, really, really reach deep down and mean it. Like, hey, I like what's going on. I appreciate the friendship. I appreciate you, and I don't want anything to change. And I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. But, you know, I noticed that I think, you know, my feelings are changing, and you know, I've noticed that people are also noticing that we're spending a lot of time together, and I think I'm at a point where I would like to, you know, explore that curiosity or whatever. I may be forming a crush on you. I don't know. There's a bunch of ways you can like word it, but then the solution in mind, your ideal, you know, scenario, you need to include that too. Because you can't just beat around the bush, gauge how they feel, and then act on it, because you're going to be unhappy. So then you can be like, yeah, it'd be cool with me if, you know, we tried out dating sometime, or like I'd love to take you out on a real date, you know, but no pressure, or I respect your decision if you know, don't feel the same way, or or what do you feel like, you know, there are a bunch of ways you could like word it, but just make sure you preface it so that you feel a little bit more comfortable, they feel more comfortable. Give them an out and be honest on what you want, what you see in the future. And if you don't know, then maybe you're not ready to have this conversation. Just go with the flow until something happens where you do know, like whether or not, like let's say they end up hanging out with another person and that makes you feel jealous. Take that jealousy and be honest with yourself, like, oh, maybe I do want a relationship with this person. And then you can start preparing for that conversation. I'm really afraid I won't be adequate for people. So I'm just really terrified to approach, you know? Yeah, then you're not ready to approach. Not being adequate for someone is a you problem. As tough as that sounds. I am really bad at this when it comes to friendships. When it comes to relationships, I'm a little bit different, but when it comes to friendships, I definitely have a really bad habit of self-sabotage, and I see myself in a much dimmer light. And you know, how you should see it is you're not going to be a really fun person to be around. Your energy is going to be very desperate, and it's not going to be on the same wavelength as people that have more appreciation for you. Like it's you need to love yourself. Love yourself before you try to love others. Are you free next Tuesday? That's what I generally ask. I don't like that, actually. This is my opinion. If it works for you, great. But for me, I don't like asking, hey, are you free? Because, let's be honest, unless they like you a lot or prioritize you, they're going to say why first. And just because they say why, it doesn't mean they don't like you. But what I'm trying to say is sometimes when they say why, it's going to hit you with coughing it up from the first place anyways, you know? So I like to work backwards where I'm like, do you want to go to the movies with me? Or I'm kind of feeling like going to this restaurant. Do you want to go? And then they'll just tell me when they're free. Because if I give them a day, I don't know. Some people think it's like, some people feel like it's more secure, but I feel like it's more insecure because it's like, now I have to have 2 liners. But then again, maybe I'm not about small talk, so I'm more straight to the point. I really appreciate the answer. Bless your open-minded heart. Aw, you're welcome. Can you do that platonically? Yeah? Yeah, just preface it. Make everything so freaking clear that they cannot blame you. Like, for example, let's just say, oh, I really like this person, but I don't know if I like them in that way, but I want to, like, I still want to hang out with them, but I don't want to lead them on. What do I do? Literally, when you ask them to go out, tell them, hey, like, do you want to get lunch? I don't see it as a date, by the way. Just want to get lunch as 2 homies getting lunch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it does sound cringe, but if it is a concern you have, then you have to be clear at some points. What's the perfect first date? Oh! My perfect first date is most definitely just eating good food, honestly, or a movie. I know, and some people are like, Aria, you're crazy. Most people would disagree with you that a movie would be a good first date. But let me tell you why. A movie is an amazing first date for me. I am one of those people that can perform and act very extroverted, but in all actuality, I'm a huge homebody and I am an introvert, and I'm very shy to start. So for me, I don't want to like be in a position where I have to talk a lot or like too much focus on talking. Like for me, that sounds really nerve-wracking. So for me, I like being eased into comfort. So the movies is a very safe thing for me. I like that we're both quiet and we're both watching something. And then I like that our conversation next is about the movie, not about each other. Because in going out of the movie, you'll be like, what do you think about that? Oh, that part was lame. That part was funny. This part was this. This could have been shot more like this. Like, you know, and then it's less pressure. I hold hands on the first date. Whoa. I mean, as long as they're on the same page and you're not, you know, sexually assaulting them, yeah. Don't force someone to hold your hand. Not saying that you are, but just, I want to put it out there. Because for me, I could never imagine holding my hand on the first date. I mean, I did once. Oh my gosh. I remember one time I went on a date with this guy. And he had asked me what my ideal date is. And I was so dumb because I didn't think he liked me back. So I told him my most like perfect date. Like a date I would have with someone that I'm in a serious relationship with. Like intimate date. I told him I want to go to the aquarium. I think the aquarium is one of the most intimate settings ever. Because it's so dark. I love the dark. I thrive at nighttime. So aquarium, a lot of the light is like controlled because, you know, you can't really see the fish unless it's like the only thing that's lit is the tanks themselves. So I find the ambiance very romantic. Aquarium date is the best. Yeah, and then there's a lot of like nooks and crannies and like places for you to explore with your significant other. So I feel like it's a very sensual date that doesn't rely on like just all the attention on each other, you know what I mean? Because you're like holding hands, but you're leading, you're taking turns to lead. You know, I don't know. I just find aquariums super, super, super romantic. I told him this. And I didn't know that he bought tickets and like, he asked me out to the aquarium. And at that point, I'm like, oh crap. Well, I like him, but you know, let's do this. You know, it was hard. And literally, I felt like it was forced. Like the hand holding, everything was forced on the first date. And it was awful. I did not enjoy it. It just felt like I was doing this with a stranger. And it felt very wrong. Because I didn't really know the guy too much. I just had a crush on him because, well, we were talking on MSN. I had a crush on him and we were talking, but I wasn't comfortable. Like we didn't meet each other IRL at all many times. Oh, I only see him a couple of times. Like whenever we like our schools would go against each other for sports, that's when I would see him. So I didn't really like get to know him in person. So our dynamic, I had no idea. Like I even forgot what his voice sounded like. So it was so awful. MSN, yeah. G50, thank you so much for the 44 months. And Exclazotic, thank you so much for the 5 months. Eden, thank you so much for gifting a sub. Yeah. Aquarium date should not be the first date. Maybe an anniversary. Yeah. Aquarium is very intimate, IMO. Unless you both are goofballs and you guys don't really care. But I don't know. I just think like when the lights are dim, you know, and the corridors are narrow, I just feel like there is a lot of room for some magic to happen or some, you know, sparks to fly. So I definitely think it's more intimate. Didn't Uvu or AIM shakes my head. Well, I was Canadian. It used to be Science World. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever been on a date to Science World. I don't think so. I've only been to Science World like on field trips, I think. Would you ever date someone with a different religion or political views? Yeah. Only because I think as a person like me, I don't put so much importance on religion and political stuff. So if they're okay with dating someone that has no opinion, then I'm fine. Yeah, but I feel like if there is a person with strong opinions, then they would also have a hard time dating me because you can't force me to see things, you know, your way. I just don't have an opinion on those things. Do you enjoy museums, exhibits like Team Lab? I don't know what Team Lab is. What's Team Lab? Horse-drawn carriage when there's snow as a date? No. Not at all. I'm kind of whatever when it comes to horses. I like horses, but it's kind of fun for a bit, and then after, my trauma comes from horse poop. Yep, I'm kind of immature, guys. I don't like horse poop. I think the smell is rancid, and I have a very sensitive sense of smell, and literally my whole day can be ruined when I get a good whiff of that poop. So for me, it's the poop. It's not the horse, it's the poop. What about amusement parks? I love amusement parks. I love love people watching. I love rides. I love the feeling, kind of the out of this world experience, because everything is just so immersive and visually stimulating. Yeah, I do like amusement parks. What I don't like is I don't like long lines, and I don't like the sun. So on a day that's cloudier, on a day where the sun is not so bright, and on a day where there are almost, you know, no people, like some people, you know, it's fine, but to the point where like I don't want to wait any more than 5 minutes per ride. So if I had like an Omega like fast pass that guaranteed me kind of no wait times, that's my ideal amusement park day. Ice/roller skating date sounds super cute. Yes. I love that kind of thing because I love holding hands with my partner, because I am physical touch. Yeah, I love holding hands with my partner, and I think it's actually funny. I mean, it's not fun when it hurts, you know, when you fall and then you drag the other person with you. Yes, you can fall in a way that's, you know, owie, but for the most part, I've never fallen that hard. Like, I have fallen because, you know, I hold hands with someone and they're out of balance, or I'm out of balance, whatever. We both fall, but it's never been hard enough to the point where I'm like traumatized from it. So it doesn't discourage me to still think that it's a good date, you know. Haunted house date. Oh no, I don't do haunted houses. I mean, I am so easily scared of things. Like, yes, we can go to a haunted house, but I will be gripping onto you like for dear life, and my face will be completely snuggled into your arm until I see nothing. So imagine it not being as fun for you, because I just am going to scream at everything. I can't look at anything. And now you have to worry about, you know, dragging an entire body with you to the end of the haunted house. That is haunted houses with me. Not fun. I see evidence of that in the OTV video. Exactly. That doesn't sound like a bad date. Okay, if someone is into that, like if you are also physical touch and you like the feeling of someone gripping onto your arm for dear life, maybe yeah. But you have to also take into account that I also have like ear-piercing screams. That's not always fun, you know? Just don't dig the nails into the arms. No. I don't do that. But it's kind of annoying. I low-key hate physical touch. Yeah. Teach their own. Everyone is different, and you are not wrong for being different than someone else. I do see, though, I have seen couples be like incompatible due to love languages before, though, because you can't force someone to like something. You can't force someone to, you know, do something for you, and do it like with a smile on their face. You know, it's hard. No mommies, thank you so much for the 4 months. Welcome back. Thank you for the advice. It's very enlightening. Oh, you're welcome. I like physical touch, but only from people close to me. I'm kind of the same way. Are you a glue girlfriend? What's a glue girlfriend? What about cooking dates? Ooh, yeah. I like cooking with people a lot, but I do notice something about myself when it comes to cooking with someone. I don't like cooking with someone that doesn't know how to have fun cooking, if that makes sense. Because for me, I like to be in a very teacher role. I like to take the wheel. I like to lead. And if someone is not a fan of being led, then I can get really annoyed. Or if someone tries to argue me, then I'm like, okay, then why are we cooking together? It's hard because sometimes I have that experience and knowledge to back it up, which is why it's hard for me to, like, yeah. Sometimes I'm calm, but I'd rather not have someone argue me, is what I'm trying to say. I'd rather cook with someone that can be a goofball or appreciate me. So it's kind of difficult because I have cooked with other people before that had strong opinions, and that was not fun for me. But what if they're a pro? No, if they're a pro, it's fine. But at that point, I don't see it as them, like, us cooking together. I see it as a cooking class. You know what I mean? It's different. It's different being mentored versus cooking with someone. When I'm cooking with someone, my ideal situation is I want to teach them and I want to have them be silly or have them be fun to cook with. Two cooks in the kitchen seems like warfare to me. Yeah, and it typically usually is. But I have cooked with, I have cooked with really fun people on my channel that don't really care about cooking as much as I do. And they're more like there to have a good time. And when they're like that, I have a good time. I'm just saying my preference. I'm not saying it's like right or wrong. I'm just saying like, oh, I notice I have a lot more fun when I cook with people that are excited to cook like under me kind of. Or with me in a way where like there's no arguing involved. Damn, I can't cook for shiz. You'd get hella mad at me. No, I would never get mad at someone that doesn't know something. Like, I love teaching. The only time I get irritated is when I don't feel like they're cooking with me because they respect my ways or they want to learn from me. They're cooking to prove that I'm wrong, or they're cooking to prove that they're better than me, or they're cooking like that makes it weird for me. That makes it not fun for me. Cuz you're good at it, or sometimes I know I'm good at it, but sometimes I'm just there to have fun. You know what I mean? Like if I wanted to take a class, I would. If I wanted to, I don't know, I have the remorse of dating again and being in serious relationship. I've been single for a couple of years, but recently social pressure is getting to me. My friends are starting to get married. I like being single, but I don't want to be alone for too long. I'm afraid if I rush someone I don't really like, and in the end hurt someone too. I hate the afraid thing. Whenever I hear someone like, oh, I'm worried that I'll hurt someone, or I'm worried that someone will get hurt. In my opinion, I actually learned this from Lily. People that say that, it's like you're saying, like, it's not like you're saying it, but it's like you're not really living either. Like, you're not living to your fullest extent either. Like, you have to see it both sides to the coin, you know? Like, sure, you may not be hurting someone, but you're also not ever going to try your hardest with anyone and not allow someone to try their hardest with you, which sounds even more sad. So it was really good advice, because for me, someone that has very difficult, I'm the idea of commitment actually scares me a lot. And it scares me because I have those fears, is that I'm worried that I'll get hurt, or I'm worried that I'll hurt them. But yeah, reverse that and you end up realizing that, oh, well, in order to even get there, you have to give someone your all first. And there's nothing wrong with giving someone your all, and there's nothing wrong with, you know, receiving someone's world. So why not try, you know? Hurts though. Yeah, sure, it'll hurt. But if you're not doing anything, then you're just not living either, you know what I mean? You're just not experiencing things. You're not learning new things. You're not improving. You're literally just doing what you know. Because you can't just say you will know how no one can tell the future. Like, literally no one. So why reject the idea of giving someone your all just because you're worried about something in the future, when it's not going to happen in the first place, because you're not going to, you know what I mean? It just goes in a circle, and it just doesn't make any sense. Being fearful ends up hurting you more. So the best you can do is try your best. And if it doesn't work out and someone gets hurt, I think as long as you try your best, you will hurt a little less. And this is true. So why not let me get hurt rather than hurting others? Yeah, you can do that, but I mean, you're not serving yourself anything, and I don't think you're improving as a human, you know what I mean? Like, if you're stagnant and you're not doing anything to change your life or make it better, then that's just sad on you. What I'm trying to say is, it is valid for you to feel that you may hurt someone, which is what makes you hesitate. But what I'm trying to say is that you doing nothing ends up hurting you, and I'm addressing a concern where someone no longer wants to be like that. So yeah, we can go in circles with this. How would you hurt them? Like, cheat on them? Why would you do that? Exactly. Like, the only means like you can hurt them, I feel like it's like lack of communication, out of spite. I don't know. Like, if you genuinely think you are a good person and you care about the person, you do your best not to hurt them. And if you end up hurting them because you break up with them or whatever, like, that's on them. No one's happiness should solely rely on one person. So a lot of the times you have to realize and tell yourself that their hurt is not your responsibility sometimes too. Like, it's out of your control. Like, sure you may have, you know, been the catalyst, you initiated it, whatever, but you can't beat yourself down for another person's feelings too much. I was wondering why there was no VOD from Friday. Oh, because I was very emotional and I was kind of ashamed in a lot of the things I said out of pure sheer emotion, so I privated it. Are you comfy sharing your relationship in the public? No. No, question mark. I don't know. It's one of those things where I've been in a relationship publicly for so long, I kind of don't know how to act. Period. Whether I'm single, whether I'm taken, I have no preference really. I think for me, that type of thing would fall more so on my partner. Because how I see it is I've never been in a private relationship. So I don't know. I haven't really seen. I mean, I see the perks, I guess, because, you know, I'm not getting questioned. I'm not getting overanalyzed. I'm not getting haters. I get that. But I've also, what I do know is I have been in a public relationship and I do know the pros and cons of that too. So I've lived that. I get it. I get both. But for me, I don't really have a preference. I see the perks in having a public relationship, but I also see the perks in having a private one. And as of me for right now, yeah. I don't know. Probably I would want to do a private one to start. I think that's normal because I am, you know, who I am. I stream on the internet. I am a public figure. So I think it's natural to want to do a private relationship first. And then if public is something they want, then yeah. To be honest, it's not chat's business. Yeah, that too. Yeah. I'm a private person in general. Like, even when I was in a relationship, I never made my relationship like a focal point in my content ever. And I don't plan to. It's hard, you know? Like, relationships are not easy. So I would not want to have that reflect and affect my content. So I tend to keep it out of it. It's natural to want to avoid unnecessary drama. True. But there's a fine line, you know. I do think there's a huge difference between a private relationship versus a secret relationship. I think secret relationships are toxic. I'm sorry. As a person, coming from a person like me with low self-esteem, nothing can trigger me more than seeing a man hide the relationship, or a woman, could go, or whatever gender. I've seen it really tear people down. Myself included. I have most definitely felt this before. It's not fun, you know? And it makes you feel like, oh, you're not good enough. So, yeah, I am huge on honesty. True. Huge on honesty. Secret equals no thanks. Yeah, secret is sus. Secret is like, ugh. Secret is the definition of ick. Yeah. I have a lot of respect for people that can do private relationships. I have a lot of respect for people that can do public relationships, but I don't have any respect for people that keep it completely a secret. And I think it's because, actually, I changed my words. I have respect for people that can do secret if both are on the same page. And it's really hard to have both being on the same page with the secrecy stuff without it being like sounds like a secret, not serious relationship. You know what I mean? Like, if you're keeping a secret from everyone and everybody, that just sounds really almost selfish. You know what I mean? Like, not even your family knows, not even your friends know. At that point, like, I don't know. I just feel like I would feel insecure because you could literally cheat on me and I would never know, or no one will ever know, because I don't know. I don't know. It just seems weird. Like, why would you do that? I don't know. Private low-key? Yeah, private low-key is fine. That's fine. It's pointless. Yeah, I feel like secrecy is kind of pointless. Maybe there's a thrill. Maybe it's like, maybe it becomes a game. You know, maybe it's like a, ooh, let's see who can keep the secret longer. I can see that kind of, but at that point, if it's a game, maybe you're a lot more youthful. Maybe you have time to spare. I personally don't think I have that time to spare. I would like my relationships to be more on the serious side, so I don't think I can see that for myself. I'm in a secret relationship because my parents are against it. Okay, so yeah, I can see that being a thing. But I do hope that you both will work towards it not being a secret, because I promise you, that's a lot of stress. Like, to constantly think about your parents. Are you okay? Like, are you having the most fun you can? Are you learning? Is it good on your mental health to be, you know, constantly tiptoeing around your parents? Sometimes in life you are lonely, but there may be something, a different path, you know, other than a relationship that's better for you, that's meant for you. So I hope people just don't get into relationships because they feel pressure to be in one. I just don't want to deal with the drama when my folks find out. I think it's more so you need to realize at some point they will find out though, right? It's sad because literally only they don't know. Yeah, and that sadness it's going to be in the back of your mind forever. You need to work towards a solution or work towards easing the idea. I don't know. I just worry for you. Happy first, okay? So you're saying people to have a public relationship? No, I'm saying I don't see the point in a secret one. Private is different. Private is totally healthy and awesome and preferred, in my opinion. But when people keep it a secret, that's when you're straight up just like literally telling your mom, your dad, your friends that you're single. But you're not. You know what I mean? You can hide it from them for reasons, but like what I'm saying is it can bleed into your relationship and it can make your partner feel like, you know, you're saying it for an ulterior motive. Like, let's just say, oh my god, this is a really interesting topic on intentions, because let's just say, oh yeah, I'm telling people I'm single because I'm worried they're going to tell people, and then our private relationship will no longer be private because it gets leaked. Okay? But then imagine that even though you don't intend it to sound like you're single baiting, or that you're trying to, like, you know, appear single to find another partner, even though it's not your intention, other people may not see it that way. And you cannot speak for other people. So yeah, I've actually seen this type of issue go down before, where someone's like, oh yeah, like my girl got mad at me because I told them I was single, but then this is like a private relationship. But it's like, no, first of all, that's not a private relationship. If you're telling people that you're single, that's a secret relationship because you're hiding the fact that you're in a relationship. But a private one, you could tell them instead, hey, I'm seeing someone, hey, I'm taken, but I don't want to, like, I'm not comfortable, like, it's low key, like, I don't want to say who it is, but I'm taken. You know, it's different. Very different. Very true, yeah. And the thing is, you can't speak on other people's mindsets or intentions. You can speak for your own. You can be like, hey, baby girl, hey, baby boy, hey, my love, I like you and only you, and you are my boo thing. But when I tell people that I'm single, I promise my intention is just to hide or just to protect us. But then your partner is probably going to be like, but what if they like you, you know? Like, aren't they gonna act on it? Or now that they know that you're single, they could act on it. You can't like deny that fact. That you could speak for your own intention, but you can't speak for the intentions of others. And the intentions of others sometimes is what hurts your partners. So yeah, that's why I don't agree with secret relationships. I just think it's so mentally taxing. Ooh, thank you so much for the 2 months. Thank you. Privacy is the best. I think so too. I think privacy is ideal because ultimately when things get too publicized, I think there's only room for scrutinizing and you know, like as much as it's cute and content and awesome, it's a slippery slope because the public will start feeling like you owe them stuff as a couple, and that includes the breakup. Like once you guys break up as a couple publicly, you ought to know. You have to let them know, you know. So it's awful. But I actually see the perks of a public relationship too. The perks is you can freely make adorable content with them. Holy crap. Have you seen Michael and Lily? Have you seen like John and Jody? I'm crying. Like, holy crap. They are so cute. But, you know, I've also seen where I remember Jody, she was, don't quote me word for word, by the way. I'm just like, it's just a faint memory. I remember her not posting, or she posted that she was living separately from John or living away from John or something like that, and then people automatically assume that they broke up. Or yeah, and I know Lily had the same thing too. When she announced that she was living with Jamie, a bunch of people were like, oh, like, did you guys break up, blah 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 blah. So that's the downsides of a public relationship. It's just all these eyes on you. They expect at this point explanations for everything, and they assume the worst, and they're throwing it at you like little, you know, poops. Love is a scam, Sag. Advice for a shy guy trying to date online. My social skills aren't great. How do I convey this to a girl? The girl can take the lead without coming uninteresting. Actually, I think you've done so much. I'm really proud of you to be for you to be able to like distinguish what you prefer and what type of person you are, because that's you setting your boundaries and like realizing like or knowing like what works well with you, and that already will save so much time, which is good. So now that you know the kind of girl you like, I think now that I'm also validating that your feelings are okay and what you're doing is not wrong, you need to hone that personality a little more and be comfortable enough to tell them outright, like from the get-go. And just as much as you told me, let them know, hey, I think you're really cool. I don't think you're like, me being quiet does not mean you're not interesting. I actually like it when a girl takes the lead more. I like it when, you know, I like hearing you talk. Or like, that's like a cute shy guy flirt. Like, you know, when guys go, oh, I love hearing you talk. Or I like hearing your ideas. Or, you know, like something like that is kind of like a shy guy's way of flirting. I really like. I love, like, not gonna lie, shy guys are kind of my type. So I do like taking the lead to start. And yeah, when people are like, I like your opinions, I like hearing you, I'm like, ooh, weak spot. You got me. Yeah. So yeah, letting them know outright. Don't pretend to be shy and tell her I like listening if you don't mean it. Yeah, I mean, don't pretend, period. I know, like, it's going to be hard in the beginning because you are full of just infatuation. All these, like, sparks are just a lot stronger in the beginning. You end up putting up this facade, and you end up putting on this mask where you're not really that type of person. That is always going to, like, come down. Just know. Take it from someone with some experience. No matter how hard you try to become the perfect person for the person that you are chasing, I promise you, with time, those walls will come down. That mask you created will come down. And then all of a sudden, you're like, hey, Aria, why is our relationship not fun anymore? I'm like, well, maybe you weren't having fun in the beginning. Maybe you were pretending, you know? And then now that you're more relaxed, you're more loose, they're not finding you as attractive. You're not as compatible as you thought you were because you pretended to be. And yeah, the true colors come out. And it's really up to you whether you want to compromise, change things about yourself in order to fit the person, you know. Otherwise, don't be surprised when people are like, oh my god, you were so nice when I first met you. What happened? It's like, oh crap. Maybe I was nice to you because I really wanted to get you. But now I realize, okay, do I revert? Do I try to become that person that this person really likes again? Or do I move on because I realize, damn, maybe I wasn't so myself. Maybe I'll find someone that will appreciate me for who I am. Or, hey, let them know, you know, things change or I'm not willing to do that anymore. What do you think? And then they're like, oh, well, it's a deal breaker for me. Then, oh, well, then it doesn't work out. This truth hurts me. Yeah. It's exhausting to pretend. Yeah, it really is. Anyways, guys, it's 8 o'clock. I gotta go. I totally lost track of time. To be honest, I should have left around 7:30. But I don't know. We are go with the flow, girls. It'll be fine. Yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. It was really, really, really fun. Insightful to see the type of problems you guys are dealing with. And honestly, I commend you all. Thank you for being vulnerable, giving me the content to react to and respond to. And disclaimer. Okay, this bruise has been here forever. I don't know what it is, by the way. Every time I press it, it hurts. But anyways, it's a bruise. Yeah. Thank you for the content. And oh yeah, disclaimer, I am not a professional. I am not a therapist. I am not qualified to give you any advice whatsoever. Take everything you hear from me with a bucket of salt. Know that I speak from just my own experience and my own opinions, and that's it. Take everything what you will. Try to be positive. Spread positivity and kindness. It's the best. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow around lunchtime. Bring your best A game for a potential selfie. I would like that. You don't have to, but it'd be nice if you guys showed up in something nice to take a selfie with. Yeah. Tomorrow we'll be doing a Valentine's Day simulation. Alright. Bye, guys. See you guys on iGumdrop's channel, okay? Okay, bye.